Indie games. Games made by either one or a small team of people just wanting to make people happy and have a great time. But quite rarely do these games basically determine the final fate of the company who's making the games. Take Square for instance. If it wasn't for the original Final Fantasy back in 1987 on the NES, Square wouldn't be here today. History kinda repeated itself for this team, Unknown Worlds Entertainment, and the game in question, Subnautica. Enjoy the show. Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new review. Tonight's game in question is one that I have been waiting to become free for so long, Subnautica. Subnautica is a first-person open-world survival action-adventure game originally released for early access for PC and Mac users back in December of 2014 and later got released for the Xbox One in May of 2016. And in January of 2018, it has been officially released to the public out of early access and is now a full functioning game for PC, Mac, Xbox One, and PS4 owners, with a Switch version set to be released in May of this year. I actually discovered this game while it was still an early access game via Jacksepticeye, and from day one I fell in love with the game, from the premise of the game to the looks and how absolutely terrifying it could be. I loved every second of it. But here's the $1 million question. Is this game any good? And is it something I can recommend to you? Let's find out. So Subnautica takes place in the 22nd century, which I can assume is the 2100s, where humanity began colonizing other star systems. Didn't know Elon Musk or his child could develop such technology. The spacecraft, known as the Aurora, has been sent out to the outer reaches of space to an area called Ariadne Arms. While on the way, the Aurora gets hit by some kind of laser and it crash lands onto the planet 4546b, where the player character escapes via a life pod, and that's it. From here on out, it's just survive and not fucking die. I know there's a lot of stuff to the story like trying to leave the planet, but most of it is just surviving on a planet mainly of water, which if you're aquaphobic, then already I can't recommend this game to you. But yeah, that's Subnautica's story. Like I said, I know I left some stuff out, but like I said before, it's mainly just survive and not die or get eaten. But with the story out of the way, let's talk about gameplay. Subnautica's gameplay has us control the player character in a first-person POV, and the name of the game is survive, swim, explore, craft, scavenge, and try not to die in any possible way given. When we start out, all we have is Jack All, but in time we can make a survival knife, a flashlight, and extra oxygen tank to help expand our oxygen meter so we won't drown. Our main base is this escape pod, but as I said before, we can craft and eventually we can move out of this little pod into basically an underwater mansion. So the game does encourage exploration quite a lot, which is what I look for in a video game. Visually, this looks amazing. The engine Subnautica used was the Unity engine, which is basically the rival to Epic Games' Unreal Engine. But trust me, this game looks beautiful, even on PS4. And there's an option to make this game look even better. OST, it's ambient, which isn't bad for a survival game, but from what I've heard while making the script, it has it's like an upbeat techno beat, which to me doesn't fit that well with a survival game. Not saying that Simon Kilinsky, sorry if I mispronounced the name of the composer, did a bad job. I'm just saying that techno really doesn't mix well with survival. Like I said, I'm not saying he did bad. He did very well. It's just that techno really doesn't mix well with a survival video game to me. Alright, let's summarize everything I just went over. I think the story is pretty great, gameplay is pretty good, visually it's amazing for a game using the Unity engine, since it's very uncommon for games that use this engine to get the spotlight. And the OST, while feeling a bit out of place, it's pretty great to be honest. So, I say let's wrap up this video with my closing thoughts. Overall, I enjoyed Subnautica. This is easily one of my favorite survival games ever. From a short and simple story, engaging lore about the planet, great enemy diversity from the small fries to something as huge as the Leviathans, amazing visuals, and a bopping OST, courtesy of Simon Chilinsky. Overall, Subnautica gets my score of a perfect 10 out of 10. Like I said, great gameplay, a short yet simple story, along with great enemy diversity. If you have a PC, an Xbox One, or a PlayStation 4, pick this game up, especially if you have a PS4, since as of right now, this game is still free to download. But now I want to know what you all think. Did you enjoy Subnautica? Did you get terrified of the water? And is it something you could recommend to a friend? Leave your answers in the comments below. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. And while you're here, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell to be notified when I make a new video. As always, my Twitter and Instagram are down below as always. So if there's a game you would like for me to review, just either comment on this video or ask me on my Twitter. I've been Horror Kid and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everybody.